Valeena Campos lives with her husband and 2 kids in Seaside, Oregon. The family of 4 were planning to buy a new house, but then the pandemic hit. Currently unemployed and living with her in-laws, Valeena is hoping to save enough money so she and her husband can finally buy a home of their own. So I sat down with her for a money makeover. Valeena, I'm excited you want to go on this adventure with me and sort of take on your finances. Let's start with a little bit about you.
I have a great family. I have 2 kids, an 8-year-old son and a 4-year-old daughter. My husband and I met in high school and got married 8 years later, and here we are still now.
Like so many families, when schools and daycares were forced to close because of the pandemic, Valeena made the tough decision to quit her job in retail to stay at home with her kids. Since then, they've been living in her in-laws' attic.
It was supposed to be like a 3 to 6 month event while we tried to buy a home. My biggest financial stress is not being able to afford my own place.
Can I ask you, what are your debts like?
I have over $7,000 in hospital debt, primarily from the birth of my kids.
After paying your bills, if you have extra money, normally what do you do with it?
We try to just put it into savings. Right now I've got about $11,000 in savings.
Are you pursuing going back to work at this point now that things are reopening?
There's a very strong potential job coming up for me within the family business that my husband works for, and I'm really excited about.
Feeling confident about going back to work in the near future, Valeena wants to make sure she has a solid financial plan so she can pay down some of her debt and save for a home. I'd like to give you some homework. I would love for you to make a list.
Okay.
Don't judge yourself. Don't change your behavior. Make a list of all of your expenses, all of your bills, any debts you have. And then the last list I'd like you to make is your savings priorities.
Okay.
Whether you are saving for emergency, whether you're saving for retirement, whether you're saving for a house. Valeena kept a journal of her expenses, tallied her debts and savings, and came back with some hard numbers. Valeena, great to see you. And first, great job on your homework.
Thank you.
Before we get to your homework, I want to talk about where you are on the job search.
If it happens, it will happen in the next week or 2. I have applied to 2 different work from home call centers just as a backup plan, just in case it takes too long.
Okay, so I'm feeling great about this. So basically by the end of the month, you're going to be in a situation where you're most likely going to be back to working, making a few $100 a week. That is great, great, great. Since she's not paying for rent or a mortgage, Valeena's expenses are around $1,500 a month. And she's also planning on moving everything out of the storage unit she rents, freeing up an extra $200 a month. Immediately, I want that $200 to just go right over to hospital debt. Because for me, what's killing me about this hospital debt is that you have to pay 9% on it. That money is going to no one but a collections agency. Let's talk about savings. Are you also putting money away currently for savings? And if you're not, I'm not judging you.
I have it automatically set up to put 50 over every month.
Once you start working, do you think you could increase that automatic savings every month from 50 to $100?
Yes.
Let's go one higher.
150?
If you think you can. If you think you can get yourself to 150 every month, I would love it if you did that. It's sort of like out of sight, out of mind. Valeena currently has $11,000 in savings. Some of that should be put away for emergencies, and after that, she may want to put as much as she can towards paying off her hospital debt. Take that $200 you were paying for the storage unit, add it to the $100 you're currently paying, and I really do think you can get this thing paid down in less than a year.
That would be mind-blowing.
And if you can do that, that's when we're going to start to talk about a house.
So my in-laws' home is 2 lots. They have offered for us to build on their property if that's what we wanted to do.
So I actually think this could be a great endeavor for you, right? You're not necessarily ready to do it yet, but for the next 6 months to a year, the top priority is take every single savings dollar you have and put it towards getting rid of this hospital debt. Then I want you to stay on this savings trajectory and take all of those savings patterns you have and take them away from paying down the hospital debt and just put them towards home savings.
I had kind of started to feel like blasé about oh, I'm here and this is what I'm doing. And now I'm like, I got a plan now. And I haven't had a plan in a while. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about all of this.
I'm really happy for you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.